it comes to real estate investing, there are six main strategies you need to know about. Now, yeah, I know there may be some others, but in my opinion, most of them are variations on a theme. Let's go over them now. Wholesaling is often used by beginning investors who are entering real estate and don't have a lot of upfront capital. This is usually the technique that a lot of these gurus are teaching when you go to the real estate investment for no money down seminars. What it involves is getting a property under agreement and then selling or assigning the contract to another investor. Now, people who are getting into wholesaling need to be very careful. Some municipalities and states have laws regarding how to wholesale real estate if they don't outright ban it. It's my understanding that in Philadelphia, wholesalers have to be licensed. Now, if for some reason the end buyer defaults, the wholesaler could be liable and there could be penalties if the deal falls apart. So you need to be very, very careful. Make sure you contact your attorney and get their opinion as far as how to wholesale legally. Fixing and flipping is when an investor will buy a distressed property, fix it up or rehab it, and then resell it for a profit. In some markets, companies will place a tenant in the property and then sell it to other investors as what's known as a turnkey rental. These companies will often provide management services and can help arrange financing. They tend to cater to out-of-town investors. Rehabbing the property can be time and labor intensive, and there's the constant threat of hidden repairs. Also keep in mind, when flippers stop buying, they also stop earning. Now on the plus side, once the professional flippers get their systems in place, this strategy can be very profitable. As the name suggests, investors will buy a property, put tenants in place, and then collect the rents. The prettier the property, the more expensive the property becomes. The plus side is the property should be generating cash flow from day one. The BRRRR method is an acronym for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. This strategy is a favorite among residential real estate investors because over time it's proven to be very profitable and a way to build a portfolio of properties. I've seen cases where investors actually put cash in their pocket when they refinanced away from private money into a traditional mortgage. So they ultimately got the property with no money out of pocket and ended up with more cash in their checking account than when they began. In the last segment, I mentioned that investors will refinance their money away from private or hard money into a traditional mortgage. Becoming a private money lender is a way to invest in real estate without actually owning it. The private or hard money lender becomes the bank. Think about it. The big banks didn't get that big by owning real estate. They lent other people's money to investors. There's nothing stopping individuals from doing the same thing. Now, before you start to get excited about knocking Wells Fargo from their purse, there's some very strict guidelines that must be followed about who you can lend money to and how much interest you can charge. And by now, I'm sure you're thinking a lender needs to have large quantities of cash to be a lender. Would you believe it? All you need to have is access to large quantities of cash. Most private money and hard money lenders borrow the money they lend out. Like the banks, they lend the money out at a higher rate than they pay for it, and then keep the difference. Real estate mortgages are simply specialized bonds, and they are bought and sold every day on what's known as a secondary market. There really is what amounts to a used car lot for mortgages. Now, I'll get deeper into buying and profiting from mortgage notes in another video. For now, you just need to be aware that investors can buy a mortgage, or what's more commonly known as a note, and collect the cash flow. Very frequently, the notes are purchased at a discount. So, for example, an investor can purchase a mortgage with a face value of, say, $200,000, but only pay $160,000. What the investor is buying is the future cash flow. Hopefully by now you've also realized that investing in notes comes with risk, and investors are again encouraged to learn about those risks how to mitigate them, and only invest money that they can afford to lose. If you have questions about any of these strategies or real estate in general, please visit my website down in the comment section down below, or ask your questions in the comments. Thanks for watching, and make it a great day.